Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special live session. Today, we're not just going to be talking about volleyball, we're talking about one of the most interesting things happening in the world of sport, one of the most exciting sport happening today in India, which is the Prime Volleyball League. The league was formed about 3 years back, and we are now rolling into the fourth season. In 4 seasons, we have proud to say that last year we had about 220 million people who watched us live. This was watched globally as well. We have players representing across multiple countries, but we got some of the best players unearthed from volleyball, from multiple cities across the country to play the league. The league is represented by over 10 teams, and Hyderabad Black Hawks happens to be one of the most exciting team within the league. And today we have 3 of the big stalwarts or legends of the game. We have Guru, who has played with us for 3 seasons. We have Yudi, who's joined us this year from Brazil, from Japan, from, I keep getting confused here. But yeah, we have Yudi with us, and we have John, one of the best blockers in the country. And we are going to go live discussing some interesting things with them. So, Guru, over to you first. So this has been 3 seasons.
Yes,
How was it compared to PVL season 1 to PVL season 4?
We have evolved a lot from the season 1. We got a lot of viewership than the first season, and people are really eager to watch the game. Like before the 1 month itself, people have been really interested, asking when the league is starting. So it's not just sports people, but random people who I meet in random cities in India. So they are like, when the league is starting. So we have reached out to a really a lot of people. So the league is getting bigger, and people are watching. So it's tremendous, and it's becoming better than how it used to be. Yeah.
Wonderful. So one of the things that you would probably notice now is that you're more recognizable, right? I've got your picture on the bus as well. John's on the bus as well. I'm hoping that this is good news on the dating scene for you guys. I don't know if if things are looking better, but definitely better for volleyball. And yeah, being more recognizable is really good, right? So, Yudi, off to you. I have one question. I'll start off with, the fact that you've played quite a bit in Brazil, in Switzerland, and Austria, and now you're coming into India, right? So I'll be curious to see, to hear from you, what are the things that you find extremely different between Brazilian culture and Indian culture? We feel like Brazilians are, sort of our soulmates, from another part of the world. But what do you see is different?
Actually, it was like, I think physically, like here the volleyball is about physically. Like you guys like the show, like when someone bounces the ball and touch the roof.
We're all excited.
Yes, everybody, wow, it's amazing. So yeah. I think this is the difference, like normally we, like especially my game is more technical, it's more technique, right. More tactical, it's not so power. So this is the first 2 or 3 days I spoke a lot with Paulo, the another Brazilian we have here, about this, how is different this, how, and we can mix this, like my culture with the Indian culture, and create a really nice, really crazy team, to reach our goals. But for sure, I think it was this, how you guys go so high, spike so strong, and bounce the ball. This for me was one of the biggest difference for me,
Wonderful. John, out to you. You've seen 3 seasons with us as well, right? You've seen 3 different teams come by, 3 coaches, different coaches come by. We haven't still sort of found our, core as such, because, there's a lot of changes in the team, right? We've also played in Hyderabad, we played in Kochi, we played in Bengaluru. We've been playing in different cities. Now that we come to Hyderabad, you've seen the home team, you've seen the liking of home team to you. How do you feel it's going to be different this year?
Yeah, it's going to be different this season because it's our home ground. Also last year there were many of our fans came and supported us. It was great. We won, I think, before this season, not second season. There was 3 matches here. We won every 3 matches. All fans came here, supported us. Our owner came, Vijay Devarkonda sir came, I was very happy because we won every matches here. But unfortunately, at last it was sad. But I think this season we will go for cup definitely.
Okay, this season you're confident that we're going for the cup. Is it? Do you think it's the players? Is it how we kind of form the team together, or do you think the crowd will add a bit more? What do you see as a crowd factor? How big of a crowd factor do you see this?
Comparing to last 3 seasons, this year there will be a lot more people because we are making every people a fan of volleyball day by day. Because also you are promoting volleyball in Hyderabad a lot by varsity volleyball, kind of small tournaments. So this year I think there will be a lot of people come and watch and support us.
Wonderful. Over to you, Guru. So one of the things I was just speaking to Yudi, I'll have him answer this question as well, but when do you think people usually pick up a sport, like volleyball in India? What is the average age when they decide that, okay, I want to be playing more volleyball?
If they have a volleyball background, like if his father is a volleyball player or something, then he may take up volleyball when he's 13, 14. It will be the earliest in India. But even though if he's getting into volleyball in 13 or 14, he won't be getting the best practices he won't be getting any good practices. It will be very generic, very normal practices. He'll be not having any good foundation. That's one problem. And usually, if he doesn't have a volleyball background, he'll be starting when he's 11th or 12th. If a coach sees a tall guy, he said there is a tall guy, he can make it into a team as a blocker or something. So that's how Indian volleyball players are becoming in a large scale. So that's one problem we need to work it on.
Okay. Yeah. So the definition of having the right sort of player play the sport is defined by one being tall, right? And if the person is tall and if they get lucky, if they have a parent who is playing volleyball, then they get picked up for the sport at say about 14 or 15. Right. And this could be completely different in Brazil.
Yes, I don't know if it could be different. I think about volleyball is almost like the same, like the guys always trying to find and look only for the tall players, especially in Brazil. I have this like challenge in my life to play like outside the hitter because I'm not so tall for the volleyball, but for the society I'm tall. So in Brazil we have this too. Like now a lot of kids are starting, we can start with 12, 10. This is a good age to start volleyball in Brazil. And they are but a lot of people stay in the way, because it's really hard you are going up, and a lot of you're small or you are a little fat, so we have a lot of problems. This is issues. Actually, I try to change with my social media to say for the guys, if you're not so tall, like keep fighting. If you really want this for your life, you can fight for this goal. If you really want to do, like, I really want to be a volleyball player, like outside it doesn't matter if you're tall or not. If you want, you can try. For sure, it's not easy. If you're tall, for sure your way is easier than mine, but you can try, But in Brazil, it's hard.
Yeah, so one of the things I find that most sport, you get picked up for the sport because you like the sport. You start off saying, hey, I like tennis, I like cricket, I like soccer, so you start in early, like 5-year-old or a 6-year-old or whatever, right? What's happening in the world of volleyball is that they wait for themselves to grow taller because that's not the only definition. I mean, even if you look at a lot of kids who play basketball, they play basketball even when they're 5-year-old and 6-year-old, right? They don't necessarily need to be a 6'6" before they start playing basketball. But the scene is very different in India for volleyball. They wait much longer. There's not many programs, I would say, other than a few states, which is Kerala and Telangana and in Tamil Nadu and all of that, where the sport itself is played at a younger age. So what we are doing currently is encourage that sport at a younger level. We've started something called the Varsity program, where Black Hawks and Prime Volleyball is supporting the cause big time. and we started that in Hyderabad. We want to see that grow across multiple cities. But as of now, last year as of last month, we had about 50 schools participate in that. I'm hoping that sort of trickles down into into more kids playing the sport, not because they're taller, but because they love the sport, right? So another challenge, I think, it's a similar challenge that you guys have in Brazil, where cricket takes up 90% of everything for us: sponsorships, money, and adulation, and everything, right? For you, it's soccer, right? How do you see a difference between an athlete who is a big athlete in another sport in Brazil compared to a soccer athlete?
Actually, like if we talk about money, it's impossible to compare. The lowest salary in the soccer is, I don't know if it's compared with the biggest volleyball player in Brazil. So it's crazy, but I'm not saying we have to stop to put money in the soccer. No, I think we have to start to put money, invest in another sports, especially like volleyball. For me, I think is the second sport in Brazil, but I'm talking about basketball, handball, tennis. I don't know all the sports, because the sports change lives,
right.
Especially when you are a kid, you learn how to be professional, you learn how to be loyal with your partners, you know about discipline. So for me, the sports change everything. For me, every kid have to do some sport, if the kids want, but it's not possible to compare soccer with another sports in Brazil, especially if you like volleyball. We can try a little bit, but another sport I think is not possible. Don't have.
Yeah,
it's impossible to compare.
Yeah. So that's one of the biggest battles that we are fighting here in India. Part of what we do with with KSG, which is a team that brings in volleyball, of course, with Black Hawks, but we also do indie racing. We do a bunch of other things as well, which is handball and badminton. We have teams across. That's the same battle we are trying to fight, right? I mean, in spite of having cricket as one of the big sports, can we get more attention to other sports as well? I mean, not just grab this limelight from the cricket, but at least bring some more lights, turn them onto other sport, right? So going back into that a little more deeper, John, I want to ask you, you obviously put in the same amount of effort an athlete would put in for cricket, right? I mean, you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're going through your motions of working out and putting that effort, and probably playing about 8-9 hours as a practice. And sometimes somewhere down the lane, do you feel as an athlete that you're being shortchanged because you're putting in all that effort, but you never get that sort of money or that sort of limelight or whatever? How do you feel as an athlete? Yeah, sure.
Cricket போடுற மாதிரி எஃபர்ட் தான் நீயும் போடுற, கிரிக்கெட்டில் போடுற மாதிரி. ஆனால் உனக்கு அந்த லைம்லைட் எதுவுமே அந்த ஹார்ட் ஒர்க்கான கிடைக்கலையே, அது நீ எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ணுறேன்னு கேட்குறாரு. ஏன்னா மித்த ஸ்போர்ட்டில் கிரிக்கெட் நிறைய ஏர்ன் பண்ணுறாங்க, நிறைய ஃபேம் இருக்குது. நீ அதே மாதிரி எஃபர்ட் தான் போடுறேன், அந்த மாதிரி டேலண்டடாக இருக்க அந்த எஃபர்ட்.
It is normal here because in India, cricket is most famous. Most people like cricket. We can't complain about it because we are the players. We should promote volleyball to India. I think last 5 years we are into it, promoting volleyball in India. I think in future we will be better. Now you can see Kabaddi. Kabaddi is getting more publicity than volleyball. Also, I think cricket is on the top, but below that, Kabaddi is there. I think in 10 to 15 years, we will be there in that position.
Wonderful. So you're saying that as an athlete, even though it bothers you, you understand the dynamics of the sport. You understand that eventually the limelight will also fall on other sport as well, right? This is extremely important as an athlete, because you have hope that things will change and all of that, right? So how do you find the dressing room, Guru? I mean, this question is for you. You've seen 4 seasons, obviously. How do you find the dressing room this season?
It's like more fun, and players are very united, to be honest. Like I'm so friends with, I haven't speak with Digvijay before. Right. I'm playing for the first time in my life with him. He's very much younger to him, but he's very friendly to me. I mean, in sense, we became very good friends after coming here. Yudi is there. He's so friendly with every one of them. Like they are bantering together. Same with Paulo. It's not like he's from another country. They are not going, and they are very happy and friendly with Yudi and Paulo. And already to be saying that John and Shikhar have been there in the Junior Indian camp. So pretty much everyone I know here is already played with me. So we share a very good bond. Me, Sahil, Manoj, Nias. I've seen them for a very long time. We share a very good bond. We are as a team here. Like whatever happens in the field, that will be competition inside the field for sure. Because we are all our athletes. We should be competitive. But once we get into the bus, we are all friends. So this one thing is actually a very good change we have seen this year. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So one of the most interesting things about the league itself is that we bring in people from all the states across the country, right? So, and unfortunately, we only have a month for the league camp to come together. And within this month, you get players from multiple cities, multiple states, different languages. There's a lot of people coming in from south, north, and all of that, and put them into one single, one single camp, and then have them play for one logo, one team, and play for the love of the game and all of that. It's not an easy feat by as such, but I think over the years we've tried and figured out what works, and how to ensure that the camaraderie in the team actually is more important than even the volleyball skills, right? And for that, Yudi, I have to really appreciate what you bring to the table as well, because I do hear from everybody within the team that you really bring people together, and that's more important than just bringing the right set of volleyball tactics for us. So part of that, I want to ask you, like, how has Hyderabad been? I mean, other than volleyball, what are some of the quirks that you've noticed, or traffic?
Actually, we didn't. It's not possible to see a lot because first of all, our bus everything is covered,
closed,
so it's closed. It's hard to see. But like sometimes we use another bus, and for sure, for me, the craziest thing is the traffic here. It's crazy, really crazy. It's not. My friend, I posted these days a short video about the traffic, and my friend say, "Can you explain how this works?" This thing, I say, "Guys, it's impossible to explain. Only the Indian guys can say how this works, because everybody looks so calm and it's bam, bam, bam for everywhere. The cars, the buzz is like this, and for sure the food, because everything here is spicy, and I like spice food, but in the limits. But here the food is like over my limits, so normally. But it's really nice, like because we have like one vision about India. I think in the world we have one vision about, because in the social media is only like shit video, sorry for the word, but it's like this kind of videos. It's always like about dirty things, right. Like these things, not the people don't like to see or show like how is nice here, how is beautiful here, how is the culture here, right. So for sure I have like low expectations here before I came, but now it's really nice here. I have only good things to say about India.
Wonderful. I hope you become an ambassador for the country. I hope you talk about what is good, what is bad, of course, globally. But over to you, John. In terms of in terms of the sport itself, in terms of volleyball, you're now one of the top blockers in the country, right? So I think would you feel like there's more opportunities globally for somebody like you? And if so, what would you want the PVL to do as a league to help you grow to that level?
As this year we went to Uzbekistan for playing for our country, I saw many players in many teams. Our players said, these players went to this country for playing club championship, club leagues. I was like, why are we not going for this? Only I think Amit this year, our player, he was our player. Right. He went to Iran last year for playing. Right. He was the only player. I don't know why happening. Also, many players saying we have government jobs here, we can't go outside. we won't get enough leaves.
So I do want to touch upon that, because one of the biggest things that what we find is that players usually end up playing the sport, one of the reasons for playing the sport, I don't know if you know this, Yudi, but one of the reasons for playing the sport is also to find a stable government job, right? It provides them an opportunity to get a job in either services, in GST, in a lot of other departments which do encourage sport, they actually it's awesome that they do that, because that allows the players at least to continue to play while they're employed, right? But most players end up playing only for the employment, that they could find that employment, right? How do you think this could change? I mean, because what happens is that you're playing for that department, or you're playing for that specific services team, or whatever teams that is, right? How do you then establish yourself to become a candidate to go international or global or whatever? Because as John said, leaves is one of the concern. What if there's a choice given to you, what would you do differently, John? Would you come out of the setup and would you say, I want to try, going global?
Yeah, if I get a chance, I'll go. Also, last year, Stephen, our player, he said to me like, why are you coming out of India? You should come outside. You want to explore, you should explore. There are a lot of chances there. I said, no, I can't. If I get a chance, I'll definitely go.
Yeah. So what we notice now is obviously the players in India do have, I was talking to Yudi just before this, and Yudi, maybe you can talk about this, but you were saying that some of the players, you were quite amazed at the fact that they are physically strong considering the kind of training they're getting. They're, jumping higher considering the fact that they only picked up the sport late into the game, right? So what is your thoughts in general that, why globally nobody speaks about volleyball from India?
I think, first of all, when you talk about volleyball, we have like these big leagues, like from the national teams, like PVL, we have like Olympics, we have like World Club or World Championship. And normally the guys watching for the players from these leagues, from this national team. So like, I don't know if India play once this, I don't think so, right? So I don't think like, if the national team is not there in these kind of levels of, nobody will find or searching for this kind of league, because nobody, like before I came, I didn't know nothing about here, nothing about the league here. I just saw a little bit because Paulo played here last season, so I saw a little bit. But when they ask like, where you go to play next season, I say India. Everybody, what they are doing there, and I say, I don't know.
Do they even play volleyball?
Yes, I don't know. I say I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I arrive here, you see how good is the league, how the level, and how could be better here, like improve, like not only our team, actually the league, all the clubs, everything. So it's hard to compare, to say this, because the volleyball, everything, if you stay like talk about volleyball, is everybody thinks a different thing, like how you can do a burger, how you have to serve, so it's hard. But for sure, like I say before we start here, this guy have a really high potential to play abroad,
Right.
They just need a chance. They just need someone to look to here and see, or invest more here in this league,
Right.
It's only, I think they just need one chance to show for the world how the Indian volleyball is good as well.
Let's hope that this year that's exactly the kind of change that we're going to bring into because of the league, because let's give more exposure to the Indian players and see if they can play globally, right? So I have a bunch of questions that I got. I think we're talking some serious topics, and I was told that there's some questions that came through. I'm going to ask you rapid fire, right? Pick the answers. Who talks the most trash on the court?
More trash?
Trash. Who is a trash talker?
Don't look to me. Maybe me.
I think it's Yudi.
Yes, maybe me.
Yeah? Yudi wins this,
Actually,
okay?
I think everything you ask, they say my name.
Okay, hold on. Which teammate is the last on the bus all the time?
Guru, for sure.
Guru. Hands down, huh? Who gets roasted the most in the dressing room? It doesn't need to be you three. It can be anybody else. Who gets roasted the most?
I don't know. Who?
Whose leg do you keep pulling?
Say it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been either.
You'll be the one doing it, no?
If
Yeah.
if there's one person who has got the potential to get arrested,
Artist.
police, arrested, cops, who do you think between?
Don't look to me. I'm Christian. I follow Jesus. No.
Who is the biggest prankster in the team?
Oh my God. He's talking only about me. Can we change the
You said it yourself then. The last question: the most well-dressed guy in the squad.
What?
Well dressed.
Well-dressed.
Actually, I don't know. We are always using uniform.
And if you're not using uniform, Guru? Yeah. Okay.
If he's able.
Cool. And with that, I think we've come to the close. But do watch us live. We're playing in Gachibowli Stadium. Hyderabad Black Hawks will be playing from October 2nd to the 26th. The league is going to happen during that time. We're going to have about 10 teams come, support us, come down to the stadium. We would love to see you guys at the stadium, see these, the big, tall guys perform at the peak of their abilities. They would love to hear your cheer for them.